Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome here to my little home studio, and I wanted to touch base with you for just a little bit here and let you know that I'm perfectly okay. I'm just taking a break for a minute and getting my studio in order here and doing some other things. But I want to talk about something important that we recently had talked about. I like to call it the 2022 Michael D guitar caper. Okay, everyone knows that my guitar was stolen, and I kind of threw a rant out there about it, and was, what transpired after that was unbelievable, and a lot of awesome things happened. So I wanted to readdress that, and I want to let you know that the guitar was found, the one that was stolen, and I want to talk about Trey Carter a little bit, and just a lot of people, but so we're going to tell you a little bit about that story, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up in the future. Okay, so here we go. First, I want to show you my studio here, and I want you to see some of the things that I do around here when I'm not out on the road playing or teaching or whatever the other things I do. So stick around. I want to show you my guitars, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here's my guitar collection. So you can see that I have a nice little selection here that I have. The one on the very end here, this one right here, is probably a early 70s Yamaha guitar that belonged to my father. And today's actually his birthday. Also today is Stan Hoffman's birthday. Want to wish Stan a happy birthday. He's going to come up more in the conversation in a little bit, but that's his Yamaha. That right there is the wonderful 1940 Gibson guitar that was gifted to me by my wonderful friends that we talked about earlier, and she also had this one. I don't know much about this one, but she gave that to me as well. They don't play the guitar, so here's my Washburn. That's a Washburn guitar that I kind of have as a backup, and that kind of helped me get through when my guitar was stolen and I didn't have one quite yet. So here is a DeArmond guitar. Actually, both of these guitars are DeArmonds. That's the one that I take out on the road and play on the stage with me. This other one here is one that I bought for my son. This one was made in the Philippines, and that one there was made in Korea. So, and then here we have a mandolin that belongs to my daughter Olivia. She plays the mandolin, the piano, or you can see she plays the piano, and I play a little bit. And then she also plays the ukulele. And here's the guitar. That's the 16-year-long guitar right there. That's the one I've had. It's been in the videos and recorded many albums and pictures, and it was recently stolen. And so I would like for you to look at something really close here. So for you guys that are guitar pickers, you can probably look, if you look there real close, let me zoom in there real close, you can see that this guitar is a right-handed guitar, but it currently has been strung up as a left-handed guitar. This right here is the new Alvarez that my wonderful friend Trey got for me to play, and we're going to talk more about Trey in just a little bit, but that's the one that I play now. That's a magnificent instrument, and I'm so thankful and grateful for it. Okay, so now that we've talked about the guitars a little bit, let me talk about my guitar and the reason why it's strung up left-handed. So how was the guitar found, you ask? Great question. So a friend of mine, a local musician, very talented, wonderful, gifted guitarist, his name is Paul Sloboda, and he is a left-handed guitar player. And he was sitting on his porch playing, and these two guys walking by was carrying the case. One of them was carrying the case. And so Paul said, "Hey, what do you got in that case?" And guy walks up there and said, "Hey, it belonged to my grandfather." And Paul doesn't do social media, so he was not aware that all the things that had transpired because I was griping about my guitar getting stolen. But so he thought he had purchased a guitar, and he was all excited about having the Alvarez, so he took the strings off of it and strung it left-handed upside down and went and played a gig with it that night. which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. And then so I get a call the next day from a friend of mine, a couple friends, Scott Seifert and Bubba Frazier. And they say, hey man, describe your guitar. So I start describing the guitar. And another mutual friend of ours, Stanton Hoffman, wonderful, gifted musician here in town, they had come over to Paul's house, and Paul said, hey, look at this guitar I just bought for $75. And he opened it up, and they said, hey, that's Michael D's guitar. And he said, no kidding. He goes, yeah. And so they showed him, from my understanding, they showed him the post and where it had blown up, and so they said, we got to give him a call. And so they called me up, and we get together, and he brings the guitar home to me. And now it's hanging on my wall right there, but I have the new Alvarez. So now this leads to Trey Carter. So Trey and I talked about it. I'm going to take the guitar that I had for 16 years, and we're going to raffle it off and have a party at Strange Brew and invite all my friends, my daughter, my kids' friends, everybody we know and love. And we're going to invite them, and we're going to raffle this guitar off, and we're going to donate the money to charity, and which I'm all about. There's 2 or 3 charities we've been talking about. We're going to try to donate to all of them, but we're going to do that because the guitar seems, as much as we've been through and all of the videos that I've made and records that I've made, songs that I've written on that guitar, is just, so there's definitely a wonderful attachment to the guitar. But my attachment to my people is much greater. And so now we're going to raffle that off, and I'm going to get back to you on all that. But I really wanted to make this video so you guys can kind of see what's going on in my life, where I'm at. I'm not quit playing music. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm still going to play. I'm just taking a break for a little bit. I've got some medical things I got to deal with, but it's no big deal. It's just things that, you have to do occasionally, So, especially after you're starting to get on up in the years a little bit. All right, peace, love, and I'll be back in touch with you, and I'll talk to you soon. Cool.